He said, you can? I said, yeah. So there was one of those wooden horses. So we took the calf and put it on a wooden horse. Now remember, I never studied the anatomy of a calf, but I knew just what I had to do, and I did it. So the next day, the kid said to me, I'll take you up to Iron Mountain. When you get done with the exam, we'll come down here again and then we'll go back to school. I said, fine. So I went up to Iron Mountain, took my exam, and came back to the farm. And the first thing, the kid asked the father, how's the calf? Did it die? He said, no, look at the calf. It's running all over the place. Huh? That same spirit, that same bum, is in the heart of that calf. You get it? So I worked with that. I didn't make the calf well. It needed that beat, that sound. Somehow it was being hindered, interfered. But what I did was to take the hindrance, the obstruction, the interference away, and then the beat came through, and the first thing you know, the calf got well. All right? Now, I'm not telling you this in order to blow my horn. I'm telling you this to let you recognize that when you understand this, this is it. This is it. And this is why, when you read the Old Testament, these people lived 600-700 years. Now what? When you read the New Testament, it talks about eternity. Of course, that's another story. But get this first. Get this first. It is that heart that must come back into the center. Right now, it's in left field. It's got to come back. And when it starts coming back, the whole digestive system, everything starts to change. As you notice, I was out this way at one time. Look at it now. I'm not exercising. Well, mentally I am, but I'm not exercising. Now remember, I stand here in front of you selling you nothing. I have nothing to sell. And whatever I tell you, I do. Notice that some salesmen tell you they do this, that, and the other thing, but when you really follow them, they don't do what they say on a platform. But I do. So you wonder, how come we're not crowded? It's not the time yet. Take it easy. We'll be crowded. This place won't be big enough to hold people here. But in the meantime, we do our work here. Now, today we like to take things apart. Why? Because our reproductive organs are that way. From a cell comes, by breaking it down to sperm. From a cell comes an egg, but it's broken down until it becomes an ovary. There's a difference. Now remember, Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And all the king horses and all the king men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. That's the egg, the ovary. But the ovum is another story. And every time that ovum throws out an ovary is no different than some volcano erupting. It's the same thing. And every time that cell makes sperms is no different than those people out there that making damn slaves out of us and taking our money that we worked for and controlling it. So we have to change, not the way those two presidential candidates told us. We have to change inside. Our reproductive system has to change. No more sperms, because the word spermatosis means the seed of a beast. Quick. And we are half beast and half man. Half beast kind and half mankind. And it makes us humankind. And today, we're so concerned about the sun out there. But stay in it long enough and you'll find out what happens. You get scorched, you get sunburned, and after a while, you start to become black, tanned. Then you have what we call melatonin inside of us, black. You see some creatures, when the sun comes up, they'll come out for an hour or so, bathe in it. After that, they're looking for the shade and stay there all day. But humankind knows everything and stays in the sun all day long. Harm, harm, and harm. Because that melatonin means black, Greek for black, is not light. And we deprive our inner side of light. First place, we don't have any light from inside because our heart is in the wrong place. And it has to come to the center again. And it has to get small. And this is why in our folklores, all the little men, like the leprechauns, the elves, the sprites, and so forth, the nymphs, they're all small. And the heart has to get small again.